Welcome to 31 Days of Horror. Day 22, Smile 2. Smile 2 is a 2024 film, and it's still in theaters as we speak right now. How to watch Smile 2. I think that this is a good first scare kind of movie. So if you're not into scary and you're like, I want to try, or you have someone in your life who's not into scary, I think that this is a good segue film. As well as Smile. I want to go have like a movie date or something like that, or take a friend to the movies, to theaters right now. I think that Smile 2 could do it. I think you can watch without even watching Smile. It's like stands on its own. My sister came with me and did that. Erroneous thoughts. So the erroneous thought for the day. I've never really been into the horrors where it's actually not real and it's all in their mind. I do appreciate a good horror thriller that is about mental health and about what scares us inside of our minds and being afraid of our own mental illnesses or what have you. And horror is a mirror, a reflection of the time period of what we're afraid of. So I get why there's been so much more psychological kind of horror because I think we are in a mental health crisis. So I think that's me very reflective of our times that was the kind of horror we wanted to watch. Just for me, I think that when it's not real, when it's all in the mind and not like kind of a tangible, it kind of takes the stakes out, which sometimes can not be as scary, at least for me. And although Smile can be corny at times with its premise, I think that it's a film that does a really good job at tackling mental health issues. And there's a big question of what is real, what isn't real, and there are things that are real that are horror that are happening, and there are things that aren't real. And so, therefore, it kind of still has its stakes within it for me. It's still not very scary. I'm in it. Yeah, I'm in the world for with it. I want to know what happens. Yeah, I just hope that for the future we're just kind of over and done with the horrors just being all in the mind and not real at all. Time for my 1 minute summary. And so I'm just going to summarize the film for you. It is spoiler free, so don't worry. You can just listen to this 1 minute summary and then make your decision if this film is for you. I tried to tell people not to watch trailers. Let's do this in three, in two, in one. So Smile 2 is a sequel to Smile, obviously, and it is about pop star Sky Riley, who is had a little bit of a meltdown, kind of a drug-inducing meltdown that she had to go to rehab and get better, and was in an awful car accident where her boyfriend was killed, and now she is on like the up and up, trying to get her tour back up, trying to get her life back together, and making the rounds of getting herself ready for a tour. And then the beginning of this, she is introduced is with someone who has the metaphysical demon thing, the smile, for lack of a better terminology for it, description. Uh, and so then she is left with the smile, and then because of all the things she's gone through, all the things she's going through, all the anxieties, as well as now has this demon. Did it. 1 second over. 1 minute review. My thoughts off the top of my head about this role right away. Here's what I think. I only got a minute to tell you what I think. So here we go. Three, two, one. Uh yeah, I really enjoyed Smile. And it wasn't like one of my favorites, but I really enjoyed it. And so I was ready to go back to Smile 2. And then this was just a bigger version of Smile. I mean, more money was thrown at it, obviously, and it's good. It's good, and I was in it for most of it, and then I wasn't in it all of a sudden, and it just didn't scare me. And her, maybe it's because I don't really connect with a lot of her, the way that her grief. I have gone through many things that she's gone through, um, but it just wasn't as anxiety inducing as the first one for me. But it was still a good movie, and I probably would recommend it as well. Naomi Scott, oh my gosh, go see it for her performance. Like, she was amazing. She was great. And the directing and the writing was good. It just didn't like floor me. Uh so yeah, that's kind of just my review of it. It's good. I wouldn't say it's great, but I'd recommend it. But for Naomi Scott, great job. Wow. Time for Aaron's experience. So here's my experience watching the film. I went with my sister on a Sunday night. It was the only time we could go together to see the film. So we went to Sunday night. She had never seen Smile before. So it was her first time into the Smile world, which was kind of fun. And I heard like it was better than the original. And had a lot of great reviews, and the Rotten Tomato score is bigger than the original, and so was the audience score. So I was really hyped for this. And I do my best to not really let other people's opinions sway me. And I really try my best here to not hype a movie up too much where like you're gonna love it, because everyone's different, right? And everyone has a different scare, as well as the hype sets you up with expectation, and expectation is just future resentment. I tried my best to go into it with a blank slate, but knowing that everyone really loved it. It was a not very full theater, so maybe that also influenced my experience. Maybe if I was with a bunch of people, we'd be screaming and laughing, because that's part of it. So I regret not going first day like I wanted to. I should have. I might have just been able to block out the noise and just had my own experience with a bigger theater. Learn my lesson. Stick the ending. It's very important, I think, for horrors to stick their ending. So for me, the stick the ending, I'm going to give this ending a 3 out of 5. I kind of knew how this was going to end, like what the last beat was going to be. I just had no idea how we were going to get there, which that was the fun part. Even I said at one point, I'm like, how is this going to end? Meaning, how are we going to get to the ending that I think that they're going to do? So I enjoyed the ride of it. And I don't mind kind of knowing what I think is going to be the ending. And it goes big. It goes really big. And we're in a bigger world, right? Like, this is not a smaller world. This is a pop star we're dealing with. And for me, just personally, pop star films, I'm just really not, it's hard for me to get into. It's not like really relatable. The ending wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me ending. I like that they play with what's real, what's not real. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. 3. So good, but not great. Aaron's category. This is where I just give the film some fun categories for you to understand what you might be getting yourself into. So this is a psychological. Yeah, it's obviously all about what's in our mind, and she can kind of only see this smile demon thing. So it's all in her mind, or is it? A star making. This is a star making turn for Naomi Scott, and I would suggest people go see it just for her. Forget the scares and all of that. See it for Naomi Scott. Big. It's a big movie, and that just means like bigger sets, bigger budget, and it's a thriller. It's a thriller more than it is a horror. There's horror in it, believe me, yeah, there is, but it's just more of a on the edge of your seat kind of thriller, like what's going to happen kind of thing. Stab again. Will I be taking a stab at Smile 2 again? I don't think I'll be seeing this one again. I haven't seen the first one since I first watched it. I liked it, but I wasn't like drawn into it. But I was inclined to watch the first one again before I saw it, and I just forgot to. So I did maybe want to go back to that world, but I don't feel like I need to go back to this world for me. So I won't be stabbing it again. So yeah, that Smile 2. I know a lot of people are loving this, and I wish I loved it more, but I liked it. It was good. It wasn't great. It didn't like make me feel one way or the other. You know, I want something that to either really dislike it, or that I freaking love it. And I'm just kind of like, well, it's good. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought. You can also subscribe right here on that little button. Follow me for more content. Happy Halloween.